Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to yet another iRacing video. This time around, we are in the Formula 4 at Imola. A standing start, as always, is the protocol here. Therefore, we're off already, and we're qualifying from P5 and then already gaining 1 in the start. It's a great way to start the race. Then immediately the car dives down the right as well, so we're gonna roughly stay in the same position from the first corner zone, but that's a massive lockup, so we'll gain 1 anyways. Car spun the other way around, unfortunately, but we are fine and we survive. And therefore, I think we are off to a flying start with this one. We've got an iRacing rating of 1031, and we've got a 2.5 safety rating. So more potential to do well this time, driving in a 792 average iRacing rating field, so a little bit lower than usual. A couple lockups for some drivers here, but we managed to make it through Imola nicely. And well, we're looking to just do our best here, obviously, this time around as well. We qualified in P5 and now find ourselves fighting at the front for some good positions. And hopefully a podium this time around. I think that should be a realistic goal that we could be having here. Drivers ahead of us are actually a little bit lower rating as well. We make a small mistake, so we've gone too wide, and now we need to compromise over on the straight, and that means that we're going to have a driver coming right next to us, and he's immediately going to go for the overtake as well. He was just way straighter ahead there, it was way faster, and therefore he's made it through. So a little bit of a mixed feeling about the first lap, I presume, but we're still in a decent position to start the race on, and we're looking to fight all the way over to P4. And then potentially further on as well. So first we need to get back to the position we were in just a moment. Then we can try and look ahead as well. And I am quite excited to see how this one goes here. And obviously, if you like this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe. It would be very much appreciated. And now we go on to try and work it out. Now, obviously, we need to reset our goals here, and we want to get to that C license if we can. So we're going to be looking to also gain some safety rating in the process here. The rest will come eventually. I'm convinced of that. Big car going off there. Therefore, we'll gain 1 again. Moving up the positions nicely, going back into P4. I would say that's a pretty good result here. And now also, there's 2 people I want to give a shout out to, Mark Swan and Jason W. Anderson, for subscribing to the channel. They have a YouTube channel too, so it's going to be quite a bit of fun. They might be recording with us soon as well, so it's going to be pretty exciting stuff. Now, let's see how this one's going to go, shall we? So for the positions, good, and we have gained, but we are also being chased right now. Just that drivers are far away, so we can mainly focus up on the drivers ahead of us. Matt Gaffrey being the driver ahead of us now. So yeah, let's see what he can do then together with us here. This time we don't go as wide, so now we're in the slipstream here at Imola. Awesome Italian track, one that's still on my list of tracks I want to visit at some point. So far so good, I'd like to think. No big mistakes being made here, so we're all okay. Maybe more is yet to come as well. Time will tell. We keep pushing it here to the absolute limit. Now trying to get up into the higher gears as well. Maybe we'll be able to do some stuff. I don't really know how we're going to get there, but at the moment the slipstream is a good start. Looks like we're gaining on them ever so slightly. There's not enough to go for a move down for the first turn, and we brake rather early as well. We want to make sure that we don't lock up. All good to make it through here. Even if it does cost a couple milliseconds, we're going to be okay doing so. And I would say P4 is still a decent position to be in. At the moment, the race leader, Anthony Macecki, is driving away, however, and he is slowly but surely building away from the rest here, already coming out a couple corners ahead of us here. I think so far so good here. There's 15 minutes left on the clock. This is kind of a similar race as the other one as well. Obviously this one is, however, a 20-minute race, unlike the other one, which was 15 minutes, but that one obviously had a full warm-up lap as well. So this one we were just stuck on the grid, and we stuck to it ever since. Now, As we're making it through here nicely, things are looking to go together, which is good to see. Now looking to push up here, 4th position we are in. And we'll see what comes on now. Obviously, I think a podium definitely up for reach here. Coming through these 2 corners, it's kind of hard to nail them as well, but we managed to make it through, and now we're on the straight. Seeing if we can get any closer. Look at this big train as well as cars that are involved in this now. We have lost some time from behind, unfortunately. Yeah, well, that's okay. Positive lap of the session for us so far, so we are improving. 14 minutes remaining here, coming through the first couple corners of the track. You already see that a couple drivers have been lapped already. In fact, there's the driver at the back now getting lapped for the first time, with a second driver is soon to follow as well. So that already shows that how hard this field can really fall apart sometimes, thanks to incidents and such. Now what's gonna happen? I wonder. Pushing up here. This time we don't go wide, and it looks like we're getting a hang of it now, luckily. Which is good to be seeing here. It looks like Matt is still a little bit quicker than us, especially on these twistier kinds of the circuit. He's kind of getting away, but we're pulling ahead, or well, at least pulling it back together over on the main straight, which is why it is so tricky sometimes to get it around. But let's see how it goes.
The car in P1 just set the fastest
Fastest lap of the race yet again here by the race leader, and he's just pushing it to the absolute limit now. I think it's good as well that we're finding a race where we're a little bit more to the front, where we know we can do good. I think that's a great thing to have as well. And we'll see, having started from the bottom as well, just like these other drivers, it really shows that we've come a long way till then.
There's an incident behind.
And this time obviously a lower ranked lobby as well, but I think if we are in this position and we end in this position, we're going to be quite okay. I'm not really expecting any different behaviors here. I'm not really expecting to lose much, even if we end like this. I mean, sure, the drivers might be lower ranked, but we're still ahead of a lot of them. And currently, we have a new race leader here as well, which is pretty exciting. So the battle is still going on for there. So Dennis Jeffrey now has taken over the lead. There goes Enzo Rosetta now. I don't know what's happened there, but now he's suddenly back at it now. I don't think that the leaderboard's kind of doing his thing right now. We're down to P6 now, apparently. So maybe those are drivers that have now retired from the race. I wouldn't find it unlikely. So that's a bit inaccurate for now. We'll just ignore it. We'll just move on. I mean, we've got our eyes on the prize, and that prize currently is Matt Gaffney here from the UK or Ireland. And he seems to be rather rapid right now on the track. Oh, a big surprise is there. It's really fast through this sector as well, where he's definitely getting away from us. But then over on the straight, we seem to be gaining him, and so maybe it's also a little bit of a, you know, slipstream thing by then.
Just set the fastest lap.
Fastest lap coming out. Now obviously this is a fixed setup series as well, so it is not the setup that's making the difference here. Everybody's on the exact same setup, which means that you don't have to worry about tires or fuel or anything like it really, which is pretty awesome. And now let's see what else is gonna come in. There's 10 minutes on the clock remaining, so we're halfway through the race roughly, and at the moment still finding ourselves in a stable position with no incidents, which is pretty good. Sure, there's a yellow flag out there for a couple seconds, but we're rather clean. Other drivers though, they have had their fair share of incidents. It's not like it's a chaotic race, for us, but for other drivers it definitely has been. There's been spins, there's been crashes. All the way in the background we've seen a few as well. So I'm curious to see how this one's going to pan out here. We keep pushing here, we want to get up to the podium. Anthony Macheki back in the lead, so it was indeed drivers that are calling it quits already. There's a couple drivers that have disconnected here. And there's quite a few of them. Joey Cross is still out there on the track, P16. But yeah, still there were so many. 22 drivers in total started this race, but it looks like not everybody will be finishing. I think considering we're up one position from where we started, we're doing a good job, but then there's the lockup. That means we're going to have to let a couple drivers go. Oh, that's such a shame. We're doing so well up until that point. That's now really shook our race around. Oh man, that hurts. Now we've got to come back to make all of a sudden. We're P6. Oh, and then there's a big crash ahead of us again. Looks like we might be able to capitalize on that one, depending on if they have damage or not. They're going slowly through here as well, so that's a good sign for us, because that means that we can get into the slipstream. Now we can start pushing. First car comes in. Most likely he's got damage that he needs to repair. It's a meatball flag coming out, most likely. Now we've got a target over on this straight as well. To utilize that slipstream here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. These Formula 4 cars, they are a little bit more prone to locking compared to the other cars. Now there's a car facing the wrong way also, so we're going to be able to overtake that one quickly. So we're back into the position that we started in, that being P5. So we're getting those improvements in nicely now here over in beautiful Italy. And now it is up to see if we can gain just a little bit more here as well. We managed to stay within the limits there. At least we're not hitting the standoff, and we can continue the race. And I'm not sure if I saw that correctly, but it looks like Matt Gaffney, the driver that we were facing now, might have had his front bumper come off or something. It definitely looked like a little bit weird, but it was kind of difficult to spot from the car as well. Maybe we were able to see it if he comes a little bit closer again, but most likely it's going to be slower if that is indeed the case. That's all going to depend on if we actually drive down. Or it could have been Herman that I saw. Herman is a little bit closer to us, but anyways, we have gained a position over Matt here, but other drivers are getting involved in the battle as well, so that's one side really exciting. On the second hand, a little bit unfortunate, because we could have been ahead in our front group if it wasn't for that small mistake. That happens, you know, that's part of racing, and I think we know that too. Obviously Sven is very good at recognizing that stuff. He knows it sometimes. That is just how hard racing works, and he's not going to complain about it or sit and cry in the corner. He's just going to continue with the race and try to get for the best result that he can, which I guess is a good mindset to have, right? It's definitely a growth mindset. Now also, kind of incredible what we've seen so far. I mean, the channel has got over 700 subscribers now, and we have also reached over 37k views on our best seen video, which is honestly a really impressive number. I don't know how else to explain this, but that's just absolutely amazing. And actually, as I'm recording this now, it is actually down almost 50k already, so the improvements are massive. And I think that goes for both the channel as well as Sven as a driver. I feel like he's getting quicker, and most importantly more confident in his battles as well, that sometimes he's actually putting up a defense, even though now especially if he wants to get that C license in, he needs his safety rating to come up there. So that's what it's going to be aiming for, of course. Obviously getting a different license would be useful to at least unlock some new classes, right? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's happening over there, but obviously what I found most interesting is that there actually are different licenses for different disciplines, right? So you've got road, oval, dirt road, and dirt oval, which is pretty awesome. And he'll obviously have their own stuff, and it's mainly about safety rating, iRacing, and the TT racing as well, which is a little bit of a weird one. It's time attack, but we don't really use that one that much. Now, as we're in the license we have gotten so far, and now we're up to the C, which would then unlock, for example, the Grand Prix Legends series as well as the F3 series. And yeah, we've got more stuff coming out as well, obviously. So it's quite awesome to see some more, you know, races coming out there. Ooh, that's a little bit on the edge there, but we managed to make it through nicely. Now, actually, if I don't recall, if I do recall correctly, that actually unlocks some LMP3 series as well.
You're back in fourth
I think
position.
they're quite interesting cars. Now I'm not entirely sure if that is the case, but there's interesting stuff coming out. There's also the Porsche Cup, of course, a very difficult but challenging car to drive. I love that one personally, but they do have mixed feelings about them. And especially if you consider that, you know, that car doesn't have traction control as well, it's quite tricky. There's GT4s, there's everything, but well, we'll see what's gonna come of it now. There is, ooh, big moment. We spin out, unfortunately. That is gonna cost us. Oh man, that really does not look good. That's a shame, really. But, well, I guess that's part of it, right? Not much you can do about that one. And we're just gonna have to take it for what it is right there. Now, well, we just need to try and find our groove again. Now, we're still P4, so I think we're alright, but, you know, that does kind of hurt. And obviously, you haven't made it past Mount Caffney before. We're looking to stay there. Then there's 3.5 minutes left here on the race. I think more might come eventually, but let's find out, shall we? The util we do still have, that's in our favours to work clean there. Maybe that will allow us to put up some good lap times, kind of like a time attack even. 3 minutes left going in this race, making it through the chicane here. Looking to do alright, and I think this is a good position to be in. I think it's gonna help us a little bit as well, but now obviously with the off-tracks coming out thanks to the spins and such, we are most likely gonna be getting some incident points at least. So yeah, also that, plus I think there's been a few slight contacts now as well. It's definitely not doing us any favors, so let's just hope that it is at least a small improvement on that part. We keep pushing here. Here we go then. Looking to push it to the absolute limits. What are we going to be seeing? As it stands right now, 2 minutes left to go, and it feels like we're in clean air, but we're anything but that. I mean, it's half a second between us. It just seems so far away, but that's because the cars are actually quite fast, of course. So as we stay out yet again, we're looking to get away. We're hoping that there's no slipstream. As we come into it again, obviously the lap times are doing our 145s right now, but the driver in the corner should be able to get another lap in, which means that we would get another lap in as well. We need to try and stay on it here. We know that the race is anything but over yet. One minute and 13 seconds remaining. There's a minute left to go. Time is almost up here, but we are obviously not looking to slow down anytime soon. We've got more fights coming up rather soon as well, so it's going to be an interesting one here too. How is this going to go, and can we hold on? That's the most important part, of course. So far looking okay. Go a slight bit wide there, but nothing to worry about just yet. Matt's gonna keep pushing here as well. He obviously sees us rather well. If it's enough, I don't know, but we're gonna find out eventually. So I'm looking forward to it, need to be honest here. It is going to be a tricky one. Time is now officially over as well, which means that we are now gonna enter our final lap of the race. Or they should be as soon as we come in here, and there is indeed the sign. Can we hold off Matt here? That's going to be the main objective. Coming into the first two corners. So actually, officially it's the second and third already, but the first one's not that tight, so I don't really count that one out. But just made it through here. And we're looking to push up even harder, seeing what we can accomplish here. Into the left hand there. It looks like Matt's kind of too far gone for now, and it looks like we're not able to start the attack over as of yet, so that's a good sign really. Now, well, this turn that has caused us some troubles in the past, especially in the first lap, we take it cleanly. It looks like Matt's losing time. With a bit of luck, we'll be able to hold on. And there's nothing that could be done about that one. Here we come into the final turn, or actually not officially of course, but the last tight turn. Well, here's the finish line, and we're going to be able to finish P4. I'd say that's a pretty good result, I can't lie.
Checkered flag, checkered flag. Good job, very good
P4,
job.
I think that's a pretty awesome result. As that means that the results are now up. We started off with a 2.5 safety rating, 2.50, then a iRacing rating of 1031. Now after this race we are going to be finishing P4 with 14 incident points, so we actually only get 0.01 safety rating, which is not that high unfortunately, but well, it's something, it's a small improvement, so I guess we should take it. And our iRating has gone up from 1031 to 1082, so we gained 51, despite this being a lower average lobby of course, but I would say that's a pretty good result here, and we should be very satisfied that we have. In a chaotic race, some small incidents as well, and now what's going to be most important is that we want that promotion to the C license, so we need to gain a safety rating that's between 3 and 4 at a minimum. So yeah, that's plus the minimum races, which obviously we will get as well, no problem there. We've raced plenty of races. Yeah, it's going to be mainly about keeping it clean. No more incidents, no more crashes, no more off tracks. Even if that's going to cost us some iRating, I think that's going to be important as well. We can unlock some new series, and then we can really try and choose what we participate in. And we'll see what comes of it then. And as we're looking to push it over the line, we're going to be all okay. And we are going to be parking up in the pits as well, which only leaves me with one thing to say. As always, from both me and Sven, it's very much appreciated, all the support on the content so far. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video as well, just like the other ones. And we'll be taking a small break after this one as well. 133rd in the total season standings now. 371 points, so that is pretty awesome. And we are going to be looking to post up even more. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later on.